Hi everybody, it's Rhonda again here from Aslan Crafts. So today we are going to be making this beautiful little butterfly happy birthday card. This I'm going to make for my mum. It's the wee 3D butterfly pop-up card from the Cricut Design Studio. So you can go on and cut out all your wee bits, and that's what you're going to make. Okay, so first of all we'll start off with the wee envelope that it comes in. So cut out your envelope. I will take you through all the bits and pieces as we're going along. So to make up your wee envelope, you're just going to take some glue, or you could use double-sided tape, whichever you prefer. Put a wee line of glue down here, close over your envelope. Do the same along here, just at the bottom of the envelope. And you see where I am here? Yep, just at the bottom of here. Close that over, and that's basically your envelope done. Okay. Oh, I usually do put something heavy on top of it while it's drying, just to hold it down. So I'll pop that over to the side, and that is your wee envelope that's completed. It does give you plenty of room to get your card in and out easily enough. So they've obviously cut it quite well, and the size is good. Okay, so right, the next thing I'll take you through is the card. Okay, so this one's blue. You will cut out your card with the lovely butterfly design on it. I just think it's really pretty redesign. Now, the card, let me just show you, has got a double score on it here. Obviously that is so that when you close it over, the width of this allows for the bulk that's going to be inside the card when you put it all together. So that's why there's a wee double score line, and just gently fold it over, and it should fold, the two score lines should fold at once for you. Okay, and then you're going to cut out your little bits that go in the inside. So we have this bit here goes against the front. Oh, before we do that, just let me give you a wee tip. You see the way the butterfly is really intricate? It's difficult to find glue to go on this, to stick it down to the white piece of card. I always like to stick it down flat like this to the piece of card. So these wee tape runners from Crafter's Companion have little dots in them, as opposed to normal tape runners that are just solid sticky sort of tape. So these wee dots only go on somehow. I don't know how it really works, but I'll show you. If you just press all the little dots, you can see the dots, and it only goes in the areas. You can see there's nothing at all on my craft sheet, and there's nothing has come through. So it just goes on the areas that you put it on the back of it. So yeah, I think it's very good. Right, so let's see. Right, so we're going to just take this. I'm going to remove my double-sided tape from the back of the card that I'm going to stick on the front of this piece here. Now what I like to do is put a little bit of wet glue over my double-sided tape, just a tiny amount. You see, just like this, all around. And what that does is allow you time to get your spacing correct. Make sure it's all nice and even, and then you can pop your card down. If you give it a good press down around here as well, you'll see that then is secure to the front of the card. Okay, and then you're also going to do this little bit the same way. Just remove your tape, and then use a little bit of glue. Just run it along again where your double-sided tape is, and then you're going to put this down this way round. Now make sure you do it the right way round, because it wouldn't be the first time I've done it the wrong way around, so just be careful. Okay, this one is for you to put your little message card into. Now I went round the outside of, oh sorry, the Cricut actually draws this little butterfly and the wee sort of flourishes and lines and stuff on the card for you, which is really pretty. Sorry, maybe I was holding that a bit high. So this just slips into here. And then that's for the recipient to get your little message that you're going to send them. So let me just show you on the card that I've completed. This is what I've done with this one. So sometimes people who maybe aren't familiar with the cards won't realize that there's a little message hidden in here. So what I've done with this one is put a little piece of ribbon on here, so that when the card is closed you can just tuck that round and pop it into your envelope. Oh, something just fell there. But when the card is closed, then they'll obviously realize and they'll pull this to find out what it is, and that can be your little message to them. Now I've just stuck this on the back with a piece of card over the top back of the ribbon, but what I suggest you do is just the whole you know, do the whole card, because it just looks nicer than that. But this is for my mum, and I know she'll not turn over the card, so she'll not even notice that. I'm going to send this to my mum for her birthday in August, so because she loves pink. So okay, so yeah, you can tuck that little bit of ribbon round and just pop your card in. Okay, so with this one, as I said, I went round the edge. I think it was, oops, I think it was either, can't remember which one it was. It was either the Harmony Ocean Blue or the Harmony Midnight. These are water reactive dye inks, so they just give a nice little edge to your card. I think it was the Midnight one, that one was. So, okay. So this one then goes in behind here, and then oh, I'm going to get rid of all my wee bits of tape. So now I'll take you through. That's your card basically completed, so we can put that off to the side as well. And now I'm going to show you all your little bits that you need to cut out. So these are the leaves, and this is the base of your insert of your card. Okay, you'll find there'll be one score line down here. You just need to fold that up, okay, and you'll have 4 slits, 1, 2, 3, 4 on either side, and I'll keep you right with the bits that need to go into which slits. Okay, you will cut out your butterfly. Your butterfly has 6 pieces. There's the inside piece of the butterfly that goes in between these 2 pieces that you cut out. You will find there's this piece, and then there's the opposite side, which is these pieces. Okay, so that's your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I didn't number these normally. I like to number mine so it keeps you right, but I'll just talk you through it anyway. Now you have to be careful when you're cutting them out. You will notice these 2 have a down slit and an up slit. Okay, they also have scoring lines here and here. Okay, so just bend the scoring lines. Okay, and then your insert for that side just goes in the middle. When you're sticking it down, always make sure to keep these score lines, don't stick them, you know, off sort of like this. You need to make sure you can stick them together just like this. Okay, that one is your left hand side. which has the downward slit and the upward slit. On the right hand side, you will have 2 upward slits. Okay, so as long as you remember to stick the right ones together with that in the inside, it should be okay. Now, the rest of the pieces are, just move these out of the way, your 3 sets of petals. You have your biggest petal, your medium petal, and your smallest petal. And I've just realised they're the wrong way around, which is why I couldn't see the score lines. I thought I'd put it into the machine without the without the scoring tool in, because I have done that before too, but I hadn't. So what you need to do is you need to fold all the petals up, just like so, right the whole way around. And you'll also notice you have a score line here. I'm going to bend that one back because that's the one that attaches to here. Actually, no, you'll bend it forward, sorry, because the petals have to close like this when you're making the card. So, and you also have these little ones here, which you're going to push down. Those are the ones that go through the slits in your leaves. Okay, so that's your base one. Then take your medium petals. Now these ones have folds right through the center of the petal. So you're going to just fold all of those, just like so. These wee cards are lovely. They don't take that long. Once you've done a few of them, you sort of get into the way of them, you know, and they're not as complicated as you think then. Okay, and you bend those little ones down again. These bits are going to go through your slits as well, and this little bit, bend it up again, and that's going to attach onto there. Okay, and then your final one again is an easier one where it's not through the center, it's just at the petals themselves. Bend this up again, and your ones to go through the slits, you bend those down. Okay, and then you just stick those. So that's all of that completed. So I'll leave these all over to the side. Let me see. The other things that you're going to have are, let me just pop these out of the way. This little piece here, which is the stamens for round, I think it's called the stamens, for round the middle of the flower. Let me just look at, where did I put the flower? I'll show you what I mean. Okay. Oh, you can't hardly see these wee bits. So they're round this little bit here. The stamens are here. And also you've got your little bit in behind, which you can't really notice, which are these little tiny bits. But I'll explain where those go as we're making it up. And your last piece is the little butterfly's body. Okay, so I'll take you through making all that up just now. Okay. So to glue your butterfly together, as I said, the one with the 2 slits up the way is your right hand side. So we'll take a little bit of glue and just dot some dots over it. You could actually do this with your, the tape runner would be good for this as well. And then you're going to do the same. Obviously have it together like this. So you're going to do the same on the back. And just dot some wee dots of glue. And pop it down on the top. Now this is where I said you need to get it so that it matches. That's it. Okay, so you can see that the 2 little slots are still clear. And you're going to do the same thing with the other side. Oops. Okay. The left hand side is the one with the slit up, and one down. Okay, that's how you can tell the difference. So once you've got all that together, can move on to these little stamens. Now you'll see these have score lines too, and you're going to just go around all the little score lines like this. Okay, and then you're going to attach this like so with your glue. In fact, I'll just pop it in together like this. And then you're going to fold up these score lines of the little bits that go in. And it should end up this sort of, is that a hexagon? I'm really bad with maths, I'm not sure. I think it's a hexagon. That sort of shape anyway. Okay, so that's all your pieces. Now I'll move on and I'll make these up. So what I've done with this one, this is just, oh, do you know what? That was sitting on a baby wipe. It'll dry out, it's okay. Okay, so this one, I've already done the petals. What I did, rather than just keeping them plain, I used this crushed velvet to put a little bit of the ink around the outside of the petals, and also with the leaves. Couldn't remember what they were called there. I've put a little bit of green, and the green ink was, let me see, I'm going to just put this one out of the way because it's stained. So I'll actually show you what I've done with these. Now, using this little, you can see all this is little very, very fine brushes. These are good for putting bits of ink onto anything. We used to use, years ago, I used to use a blender tool, which was basically kind of like foam. And it was good. I loved the blender tool, but I just find these little brushes now are much, much better. It gives a softer blend. So, so now I like using these. So with these, what I've done is I've done the green topaz. I'm not sure if you can see that. So it's green topaz and holly leaf that I've used again. And what I did was just basically rubbed a little bit of the green topaz over it first of all. Okay, and then use some of the holly leaf, which is a bit of a darker colour, just to give a little bit of ink around the edge. Okay, there you go. And that's what I've done for the leaves, and also for the petals. As I said, for this one I used the crushed velvet. Okay, so I'll pop the back over here and give this a wipe. I love these wee mats because you can just give it a wee quick wipe with a wee baby wipe, and then a bit of kitchen towel, and that's it. All done. Okay, so we'll start to assemble the card now. So as you can see, you have the 4 little slots on your leaves, and what you're going to do is start from your biggest petals, and you're going to take this and put it into the 4th slot towards the right hand side. So it's basically the outside slit that you're wanting to put your little slot that into, and the same on the other side. Put it to the furthest one to the left. Oops. Okay, and then turn it over and you should see them poking through. Now what I like to do is try and get them level, so you can move them across, up and down. I like to just get them level in the middle and then pop them down. So a wee bit of wet glue on either side, and just pop that one down, then I want to get this one into the middle of it. There we go. And just hold them down for a few seconds until the wet glue grips. Now you can use, obviously you can use double-sided tape as well on this. Totally your own preference. I just like the wet glue because I can maneuver it about a bit. So this is your medium petals now, and you're going to go into, can you see, the third slit. Okay, so you just put it through there, and then the same on the other side, poke it through there, turn it over, a little bit of glue on the back of those, get it centered and poke it down. Oops, that one nearly came back out again. Okay. And then hold it down, give it a few seconds to grip. Yeah, I suppose if you were wanting to do something really quickly, you would use double-sided tape. But as I said, I just like the wet glue. So this is your final petals, the third, the smallest petals. And you're going to go into the last remaining hole here before this very, very thick one. Okay, so it's your third slit you're going into for this one, leaving your fourth slit clear at the minute. Now, a wee bit of glue on either side, get it into the center, press it down, and the same on the other side, center it, and press it down. Now at this stage you can close it like this, yep, and then you can just make sure that your petals are all in the right place so that it will close, and that's fine. Okay, now I like to put this wee bit in now because I find it very awkward to get this in when you already have your, I think they're called stamens. I really will have to look that up at some point. So I just pop a little bit of glue on either side here and pop these bits in. They're just to kind of cover the green so that it doesn't look the green in the center, so that it just goes sort of a purple. But you need to make sure you keep those well away from your slits. Keep your slits clear so that you can put your other bits and pieces that you need to put into those. So that's those wee bits in, and now we're going to put these in the remaining last hole here. Okay, just slide it through like that, turn it over, and I'm going to pop another wee bit of glue on the back here and glue these down. Get it centered, and the same on this side. And again, if you want to close them up, you can. They didn't catch. Okay, just going to hold them here for a second just to let them grip. I think that all the different colours you can do with these wee flowers are beautiful, and the butterfly sitting on the top of them, just it's just really, really cute. So it's a pretty little card, this one. Right, so that's stuck and that's caught. Okay, and everything's folding up well. It's a good thing just to give a good sort of press to your folds, and then it should end up like that. It should just be easy for you to fold up. Oh, I forgot to say to you about the curve in the flowers. You can see these little petals are curved. How I do that is just go around using my scissors. You can use a bone folder and just curve them like that. So rather than them lying flat like this, they do curve. I just think it gives a nice wee bit of shape to the flower. You don't have to do that, but I think it's nicer. I just prefer doing that anyway. Okay, so the next little bit we're going to do is your butterfly. So I have already shown you how to stick all your butterfly together Like I said, the two slits up the way are the right hand side, and the slit that has, or the side that has one slit down and one slit up is your left hand side. Okay, now these go together. Oh, sorry about that. These go together with not the outside slit but the inside slit, and the same on the other side. It's your inside slit goes over the top of that one. Okay, so that your butterfly ends up looking like this. Now what I like to do is take a tiny bit, I just put a blob of glue there, got a cocktail stick, and I like to actually just put a wee tiny bit of glue, run it up inside here. Now wipe that off, and then when you're putting your little butterfly bit up in here, that piece of glue will just be enough. Oh, I've just done it wrong. Now, did you see what I did wrong there? These bits need to go to the back, so it needs to go the right hand side. Sorry, this is your right hand side. Needs to go up into the left hand side like that. Okay, but that little bit of glue will just be enough to hold your butterfly securely. Okay, now at this point I'm going to put on the little butterfly's body because it's too awkward. I find it really awkward to put it on once I've got it through the back bit. You'll see what I'm talking about. So again, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue in these bits here and then wipe off the excess. And these little slots here and here are where you want to put the little butterfly's body. Okay, so the slot here and here, I've actually folded. There is a little score line in the body of the butterfly, and you just fold it over like that. You can, I suppose, fold it that way. It's up to you. I just think it looks better, maybe facing up the way. So put one side in, and then tuck your other side in, and then just push them down, right down to the bottom, like so. And this bit here hasn't come out because we'd actually put that little bit of glue in. I find if you don't put the glue in, these little bits come out, especially when you're fiddling with it and trying to get it into place on the card. Sometimes they just come back out again. So that tiny wee bit, I think it just helps. So now what you're going to do, the fourth slot, the biggest, thickest one, you're going to pop your butterfly back into there on that side and do the same thing on the other side. Okay, I can just spot something. I have actually stuck this one through the third one instead of the fourth one, but do you know what? It doesn't really matter. It's done. It's okay. So anyway, put the butterfly bits through, and you only need to put them through as far as your second score line, and you'd already folded that. So what you're going to do is pop some glue on the back of both of these, and whoops, just glue them into place. So you can kind of just hold that one there, and then turn the other one around, push it down, and hold that one there. And you can see, oops, so the antenna's got stuck there. That's better. Okay. Oh, I can hear my husband coming down the stairs. He's off today because it's bank holiday Monday over here today. So okay, so I think that's probably it stuck now. And you can see that just closes like so. Okay. And that is your insert of your card completed. All you need to do now is find my card. I can't find my purple card. Oh, it's right here beside me. Okay. All you need to do now is actually stick it into the card. So what you're going to do is basically put a little bit of wet glue right over the back of both sides of your card. Make sure, yep, that is the front, and make sure it's up the right way. Pop it down here, and I just usually make sure it's in the middle, and then close the card over. Oh. Get it stuck down, and once that grips, that'll be your little card completed. Okay, leave that one over to the side, and just remind you of a lovely little card. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it helps, and thanks for watching. Bye.